Hi Pisces, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your September 2022 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, it's what we have in front of us. It's a Celtic Cross spread as always, and I also pulled the 4 agreements, Wisdom in the Oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have 5 and 5th house energy for you guys is Cancer, and not really much going on there, astrologically speaking, but that energy in general points to romance, creativity, and children. Alright, we have Scorpio, which for you guys is 9th house energy, and 9th house, generally speaking, is philosophy, higher learning, foreign affairs, and we have the South Node there. And we have the Moon. So Moon is definitely going to be significant for you guys this month, as far as we haven't had that new moon in Virgo yet at the time I'm recording this. So there's going to be that. Then we're going to have the full moon in your sign around the 10th of the month. And then there will be a new moon in Libra toward the very end of September. So definitely keep an eye out for those lunar cycles because you might see some significant events around those times. All right, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Empress. And then challenging that, we have the Hierophant and the Two of Swords. So really, I view this, Venus is the ruler of Taurus and Libra, but I usually view this as more of the Taurus side of the energy with all of the earthly surroundings with her. And then this here is actually the major arcana card for Taurus. So looks like 2 Taurus energies. But what I feel with the Two of Swords there too, could just be saying that you might be feeling a little bit more torn between, let's say, materialism versus spirituality, right? And seeing if there's a way to balance the two. Maybe that could be where you're a bit stuck, right? Like you might feel a push-pull dynamic between the side of you that likes to be a bit more materialistic, but also feeling that side of you that's more spiritual, right? And it could just be looking out in the world and seeing the way things are these days as far as the way people are struggling with finances, right? Maybe that's making you look at things from a different angle these days. But yeah, it definitely seems to be some kind of a push-pull dynamic there. And it looks like you guys are just trying to strike that balance between the two energies, as opposed to just strictly going with one or the other. All right, in the foundation position, we have the 4 of Wands, Aries energy, 4 of Swords, Libra energy, and the 8 of Swords, Gemini energy. So yeah, for some of you, there could be some healing around that again, because this Aries energy here would represent an energy of growth and expansion, right? But then with this energy, I get the feeling that you're looking at that, right? Like, okay, is that really going to be something that would bring happiness, right? To have the biggest house, right? Or the fanciest car, whatever the case may be. So there could be some looking at that and realizing, okay, and for example, maybe some of you already have all of those things, but maybe now you're looking at like, okay, was that really the key to happiness or not, right? And again, I feel like you're just in that limbo period where you're kind of stuck between the two and you're not ready to move just yet, but I feel like it's definitely something that's been on your mind. All right, past energy, we have the 6 of Swords. So yeah, for some of you, you might be moving out of this energy already because this energy usually represents moving the calmer waters, and Aquarius energy for you guys is your 12th house. So if you were stuck in your mind about this for a long time, it could just be saying that you are actually moving away from it, or maybe just that you took some distance to think about these things, and now you're just in that limbo period where, you know, you're just like, okay, you could see both sides of a situation, and maybe you're trying to keep that balance between the two. All right, in the present position, we have the King of Swords. So this is more Aquarius energy here, and what I will say, seeing this come up, it could just be saying that I feel like this could be you guys actually having your mind made up, right? So at least getting a grasp on those mental thoughts and getting control of them. So yeah, for a lot of you, I feel like mentally you might have your mind made up, but it could just be a matter of you haven't taken action toward this path yet. Like I said, as opposed to if you're going to go more even further into materialism or further into spirituality or try to strike a balance, right? I feel like your mind is made up. It's just a matter of making the move. All right, in the near future position, we have the Hangman. So yeah, to me, this is another indicator that you have the information that you needed, right? But at the same time, you're just not quite ready to make a move toward that new path yet. Um, this is usually I view as a Pisces energy too. So um, you might actually feel this energy a little bit more during that full moon in your sign, of course, because that could be pretty significant, especially given that we saw the moon come up in your dice too. But that's what I see with that. All right, in the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Five of Pentacles. So yeah, so just a super generic example, maybe you guys went through a period where you might have been overspending, right? Like you were just buying a lot of things and maybe got caught up in it and went a little bit overboard. And now you're realizing that, okay, yeah, I probably overdid it with the spending, right? That could be how it is for some of you. Or like I said, for others of you, you might actually have quite a bit of financial success, but maybe you're looking out in the world and seeing that a lot of people are struggling, right? And maybe that's where you're a little bit torn because you have this part of you that feels like you want to do more for other people, right? So that could just be the energy that you guys are feeling right now. All right. In the environment position, we have the Strength card. So this is a major arcana card for Leo. And if we look at the artwork there, it looks like she's closing that lion's mouth, right? And if we represent the lion, if we think of the lion as representing ego in a certain way, right? And that more animalistic side of us that could just be more impulsive, right? It could just be pointing to you guys getting some control of that, right? So especially for those of you if you did go through a period where you're just overspending on things left and right. This could just be saying that you're getting control of that now, or maybe even you started to. During Leo season 2 could just be pointing to that as well, but yeah, that's what I see with that. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Two of Cups. So yeah, this is a Cancer energy here, and to me, this represents that you guys just, you want something pure, right? So I feel like purity is a thing that you're looking at, and just wanting to feel like you have a meeting of minds with someone, right? Maybe even hit a reset button around a certain situation. And I mean, we did see the 5 come up too, which that's the house that Cancer energy represents in your chart. Oh yeah, that's what I see with that. And in the outcome position, we have the Page of Cups. So yeah, I feel like this is you guys putting yourselves out there in some way, right? So like I said, for those of you, maybe if you're feeling like, oh, you're looking at the state of things in the world and you feel like you want to contribute more, you want to help more, do some charity work or something along those lines, right? That could be you putting yourselves out there in that way. Or if you just feel like you've gone through this cycle, right, where you were trying to balance the spirituality with the material world, right? This could be you finding that balance and putting yourselves back out there in that way, right? So it could just be one of those things where it's still going to be an adjustment period, but now you feel like you're ready to reintegrate yourself in a certain way as far as that goes. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. So yeah, to me, this says that you have the tools at your disposal. So whichever path you do choose that you want to make, right? I feel like this is saying that you will have the ability to do so this month. So definitely a pretty good energy to see here. And, it could just be, like I said, definitely having that full moon in your sign. That could be a powerful period in the year for you guys. So that could be what that's pointing to. And interestingly enough, beneath that, we actually see the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, regardless of what's going on with your finances, whether it's saying that you're struggling a little bit or wherever, if you're on the other side of that where you're doing really good financially, but you want to give more, it looks like either way, it looks like it's saying that you will be in good shape. All right. So moving on to your 4 agreements card, we have be impeccable with your word. It says enjoy heaven on earth. Okay, it says impeccability of the word can lead you to personal freedom, success, and abundance. You can attain the kingdom of heaven from this one agreement. Be impeccable with your word. So definitely a pretty interesting message there, especially because there will actually be a Mercury retrograde in September. And it's actually going to start in your 8th house and move back into your 7th house. So definitely during Mercury retrogrades, it's important to be careful around how we communicate. So definitely a pretty good message there. And next we have from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Truth Be Told. There's the artwork, and the number is 14. So we'll see what this has to say. Okay, it says honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. The Oracle's message: there is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and Spirit will answer with miracles. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there. Especially it makes me think of that Page of Cups energy because, like I said, it looks like you guys were going through a bit of a growth cycle there, where you were torn between two pathways, and now I feel like you're going to make up your mind about what you do want to do, but then putting yourselves back out there after that. All right, the relationship message says people tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based on your personality and experience up to now. A higher truth to be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back. Speak your truth and listen. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there. I will say this didn't seem like much of a romantic relationship situation going on this month, but if that's what you guys are looking for, hopefully that resonated with you as well. Definitely a good message for Mercury retrograde too. And the prosperity message says, are you willing to do whatever it takes to experience the prosperous life you desire? If you want to be an artist, do you make your art a priority? If you want to be a healer, do you set time aside to learn new things to help you serve? A writer must write and a singer must sing. Being true to your calling is essential to your moving forward. There is another oracle message here too. It's time to have a real honest look. It's time to look at the real honest truth about your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs about prosperity, about your relationship to money, to compensation, and to meaningful work. Ask yourself, what is true for me? And you will find the key to abundance. So yeah, it definitely looks like you guys could have a little bit of an internal battle going on as far as that goes. Hopefully that resonated with you as well. All right, and lastly, we have a Mudra for you guys. So this is your Mudra here. It's the Anahata Chakra Mudra, and the keyword for it is compassion. All right, and there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. But under benefits, it says activates an Anahata Chakra, improves the health of the heart, lungs, and breast, regulates breathing, expands feelings of compassion and love, increases healing abilities. So if that sounds like a Mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.